Cool. Okay. And we are live. Yes, we are. Greetings to our viewing audience and welcome to another edition of our virtual Q&A for Out on Film, Atlanta's largest LGBTQ film festival. We're in our 37th annual season. And of course, this is Miko Evans. I'm the founder of the world's first LGBTQ exclusive talent agency and production company known as Meek Productions Incorporated. That's MEAK as in Kite Productions with an S. And we are proud to have been the official, one of the official media partners for Out on Film for the past 12 years now. This is our 12th year. And so we're so excited to always support what they're doing for the indie films and our arts community here in the ATL, Georgia. And I am so excited once again to be hosting another virtual Q&A with other fabulous indie filmmakers and artists. And I just got through watching the beautiful, beautiful film, which is going to be debuting this coming Saturday, October the 5th. It's going to be at the Outfront Theater Company because we're still in the midst of our film festival that's happening mostly at Landmark Midtown Arts Cinema here in Atlanta. And so Drip Like Coffee is a wonderful, wonderful film about two women of color who are actually, figuring things out as it relates to their sexual identity and expression. And I am so happy to have the director and creator of this fabulous art piece, Anaiis Cisco, along with two of the main characters, actually three. Two of the main, the three of the main and supporting characters here. I have with me on the line, Iman Artwell Freeman, Kashani Lagrata Butler, and Sister Brittany Jenkins, all in the house, baby. Ladies, are you there? Get your mics unmuted. Let's get to talking.
Yes,
Hi.
hey.
Hi.
Hello.
Happy to be
Y'all
here.
look so beautiful. I'm just so happy just to be in y'all's virtual presence, as they say.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Same for you. Thank
I
you.
mean, I'm just so excited. Well, we're not going to waste any time, you all. Let's just get into this masterpiece. I
Right.
mean, Anaias, you did such an awesome and beautiful job because one of the things that I want to say is that it's not every day that we get a chance to see our stories told. And also, what I love about this presentation is that we rarely see presentations about navigating through sexual fluidity, as well as when it comes to open relationships, when it comes to polyamorous relationships. We rarely see those types of presentations and stuff. So, kind of give us a little bit about your inspiration in creating this beautiful masterpiece. And the cinematography is awesome and beautiful, by the way. So, go ahead and continue.
Shout out to
Absolutely.
Kat, our cinematographer, who I had the joy of building a visual language with and thinking about what Black women's desire could look like in cinema. I think, some of the inspiration for this was their lack
Mhm.
of films that captured the stories that look like these faces on the screen. But one that's like messy, but not the messy where we're kind of deeming characters as good or bad, but more so like really focusing in the beauty of the complexities of their
Absolutely.
relationship. And so, drawing from my own experience of working through some stuff as a young 20-year-old, I wanted to make a film for folks who are grappling with queer desire as an adult. Oftentimes, we have stories that are centered on like the youth, and I'm here for those as well. I love a good coming of age story. However, what does it look like to come of age as a young adult? And wanted to kind of use this story to really showcase that, see Black women seeing each other. What does it look like? And that intimacy of working together as colleagues who have to share the cafe in more ways than one. It's not just a space to work, but a space to really work through their selves. And so, yeah, that was kind of like some of the beginning pieces. And me as the writer, I'm just kind of sketching out what I see. Once I have these lovely folks step into the roles of the characters, they really bring the multi-dimensionality and the color and the just swag and vibe to the story that I couldn't, imagine anybody else playing these roles.
This piece is so beautifully done because it shows more once again. I always tell people that, just like we say that Black people are not a monolith, LGBTQ people in general and LGBTQ people of color is not a monolith as well.
Mm.
We have very diverse facts about ourselves. And one of the most beautiful pieces I love about this is that when you all show the dynamics that go on in with lesbians or bisexual women of color, uh, you show the different dynamics about how it feels to actually be in these situations where, um, for example, with the partners that you all had to deal with, that your characters had to deal with, it's like one was okay with the open relationship, but you can kind of see how he still wanted to make it about him and not
Mm.
about the desires of his female partner. And of course, the other one, this is her new experience for her. So she really didn't know how to even explain this to her boyfriend and stuff. So I just love the full dynamic of that and about how cisgender heterosexual men actually act about, that piece as well, and how they respond to that. So beautifully done. Iman, tell us a little bit about how did you find out about the project and your dynamic and how you can relate to the character that you played.
Well, I was introduced to the project through Anaiis actually a couple years ago when she was starting to cast for the short film. And it just so happened I didn't work out, but she kind of came back to me and presented me with this project and was just like, I really had you in mind for this. Would this be something you'd be interested in reading for and learning more about? And of course, I accepted. And then in terms of my own relation to the character, it's Callie is really just figuring herself out. She's on a new journey. I feel like this space in her life, she's coming from a very like static environment, like a lot of familial relationships that she knows and she's comfortable with, but also are they really serving her at this time? And I feel like when she meets Mel, it's a new experience, but also a way to kind of dig deeper in who she is and explore more of her sexuality, more of who she is, and how she wants to grow within the world.
Wow. Yeah, because your character was also very, very interesting as well, because you can tell with the dynamics with the aunt and also with the uncle, you can tell that there was some abusive experiences with that character and how Callie had to navigate through that as well as, having to suppress who she truly is and stuff. And so she had this moment to actually figure that out and it just happened. It just so happenstance that it just happened just automatically, and
Yeah.
the way that that manifested was just so beautiful.
Yeah, it's a lot of moments of things coming to a head. And with life, like these situations can get a little messy, and it's just about kind of figuring them out. And sometimes it takes time, it takes a lot of communication, conversation, which is something that I can just relate to. Just, life gets crazy and you have to sort it out and you have to go through these experiences and navigate them in the best way you know how. And Callie is just trying to do that and really, still be respectful to other people's feelings, but, sometimes that's not always the case.
Yeah.
Um, but she's doing the best she can. And I feel like that was really the way I kind of connected with the character.
Awesome, awesome. Kashani, let's get into your character of Mel. And she's already, one of the a free artist photographer. And so she's already in this relationship where, she's kind of free to explore, but you can kind of tell that once again, due to the patriarchy and masculine dynamic, that she's not really able to go all out like she wants to. It sounds like she's still kind of able to have to stay within this box, and once again, as long as it pleases him, everything's okay. So kind of tell us a little bit about how you found out about the project and how you can actually relate to your character Mel.
Yeah, so Mel, okay, so how do I come about for this film? So I think Anais found me on Backstage. Been acting in New York for a bit. Had some experience with other films, and yeah, so Anais just popped into my inbox one day, and it was on after I read the story, fell in love with the storyline, with what Anais had in mind for the project. This was the short film that I did, so I was a part of the short film, and I was just honored to be brought on for the feature-length film. And so it's been an ongoing relationship with Mel and myself. It's developed, it's grown. And in terms of Mel as a character and relating, I think that well, you said that she's a photographer and she's free in certain in ways, but I feel like in actuality, Mel isn't so free in her expressions. She has a lot of insecurities. She has a lot of growth to do, and so she's discovering all these parts of herself and trying to get to that point where she's self-expressing, branching out, and exploring what she really wants in terms of relationships. And I think as as the storyline progresses, she says that she wants one thing, but really it transitions into something more beautiful because she develops this connection with Kali, that I don't think she realized in the beginning it was going to be that way. So I think it's such fun to play her, and explore the growth of Mel through the short film and this film. There was a lot more exploration with the characters involved in her life, her boyfriend, and then or partner, I should say. And so yeah, it was definitely a fun thing to do. Very grateful for the partners that I had involved in the film, and being able to really do a deep dive into Mel.
It's just so beautiful, I mean, I'm just actually in awe when I was actually watching this entire piece, and each character, you all delivered so excellently well in this
Thank
piece and
you.
everything. So once again, kudos. I can't stop bragging on y'all enough. Wow, Brittany, let's get to you with your. It's like you the comic relief of the actual movie, and I just love the way that you just came in with your character and stuff, just fire over the top. You know what I'm saying? Life of the party and stuff. So tell us a little bit about how did you find out about the project, and how can you actually relate to the character as well?
Yes. So I found out about this project. I saw the casting. I feel like it was late in the midnight hour. I was actually on site and on set for another project, and it was like an all-day thing. And I just remember going back to my hotel room. It must have been 11, 12 o'clock at night, and like filming this audition and like kind of like crossing my fingers, like, I hope so. So when I sent it and Anais reached back out to me, she told me that obviously after casting the short and then turning it into a feature, that she was scouring for this last kind of piece of the puzzle. So I was very honored to know that I fit into this vision. I'm like, and then knowing the growth of the project and having so many, actors and artists return to do the feature, to just know that, there's this one little that one little corner piece, and that was the character Bev. So Bev is most certainly the comic relief, and for that, I think it's necessary because we're talking about these gradients of showing where people are in their journey of discovery, their journey of understanding their sexuality. And Mel acts also as like this moment of levity, because I would say of the characters there, she's the only openly gay character. There's a comfort level that she has with herself, and I go, she almost stands like in some type of polarity to the complexity that exists in this relationship between Kali and Mel. And I find that, and so my connection to that is obviously, I'm like, I've been out for so long. I've been out about like 25, 26 years of my life. So a very long time. So there's a lot of comfort that comes with this. So that connection comes from knowing and seeing my friends who have in different stages of that journey come out much later in life, and then being able to kind of support them And then also to take these things that they're turning in their minds that are so complex and just applying some simplicity to it. You know, these moments where she's like,
Yeah.
go get your girl. Like, you know, like, what are you doing? So I just thought it's so apropos also that her name is Bev because she's literally
Mhm.
pouring into them, you know, trying to displace this
I
fear that
love
they have.
with each character you can see the growth and the maturity that each one of them are having in their own journeys. And overall, I also love the fact that, you know, y'all tell the truth about what really goes on in relationships overall, because a lot of people thinking that, you know, once you meet a person that that person's just going to continue to be the same, and not realizing that each person is still on their own individual journeys and things could change as the relationship continues. And so I love the fact that you all show that dynamic with both parties and stuff. How in one case, you know, like s- sometimes you can find relationships where you actually able to grow with your partner, and then sometimes y'all grow to the point to where you separate. And so I love the fact that you all showcase that, and especially from a woman of color's perspective. That was just so beautiful. Anaiis, tell us a little bit about what's in store for the future as it relates to this film.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is securing a distribution deal that allows for this work to live its life within the Black box space. You know, I made this film knowing that I wanted to see Black queer women depicted in the movie theater space. Sure,
Hmm.
afterwards we could live on all of the streaming platforms and be in the comfort of everyone's home, but there's something really important about cinema that brings audiences together that is really something that I hope this film could offer. Because when we've already screened it at 2 festivals, this will be our third one. Each audience offers a different viewing experience. And so I'm really excited to see what Atlanta has in store and I'm loving your own reading of this film. But the goal is to secure theatrical a distribution deal with a small theatrical release that could live on a platform that also has Black queer women. You know, when I was developing this project, there were distribution companies interested in this work, but you know, I was very cautious with bringing them on just because of their catalog. If it didn't have already queer films in it, it's like, how does this film fit within that space? And I know the barriers that I'm working up against as a Black independent queer filmmaker. There's only been 4 other Black queer films since the 90s to secure theatrical release, and that's 94 with Cheryl Dunye's Watermelon Woman. That's Dee Rees's Pariah, Tina
Hmm.
Mabry's Mississippi Damned, and Angela Robinson's Herbie Reloaded, which is a Disney movie with Lindsay Lohan. It doesn't have any queer women. and, and so I have that history that and that legacy to help, you know, make this work, but also try to kind of shatter those ceilings that have been put in place for a really long time.
Awesome, awesome. How can people actually follow you all to actually support the film?
Yeah, for Drip Like Coffee, it is at Drip Like Coffee on Instagram, driplikcoffee.com. We also have a Kickstarter where we raised a lot of funds to help pull this off, and that's another space where updates are made available. And then for my personal, it would be Anais05 on Instagram.
Awesome. Once again, I want to congratulate each and every one of you for delivering a fabulous masterpiece. It was almost like I was right there. The way that the cinematography, you know, was presented and how you actually presented this whole piece, like, you know, even when it's presented in the films, I can actually see like I'm going to an art gallery or I'm actually going to see a real art piece. And that's the feeling that I get when I view this film and stuff. So once again, kudos and congratulations to each and every one of you. Y'all represented well.
Thank you. And thank you for seeing
Y'all represented well, baby.
Right
I
on.
love it.
Thank you.
And for those of you who are actually viewing us, once again, if you're in the Atlanta area, do not forget to join us this coming Saturday at 9 p.m. at the Outfront Theater Company in West Midtown to view Drip Like Coffee, this fabulous masterpiece that was created and directed by Sister Anaiis Cisco. And once again, Kashani, Anaiis, Iman, and Brittany, thank you all so much for joining us for this Q&A. I love you all. I love everything that you are doing, and hopefully that we can connect real soon. Let's keep this going.
Yes, yes.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you for watching.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye.